Hi, my name is Joseph Parker, WBA champion of the world, and you're watching Sporting Icons.
Right, everyone, hope you're all doing fantastic. So, for those of you who will remember my original video when I first broke the news to you about Derek Chisora has in fact been confirmed to be taking on Joseph Parker at the O2 Arena on the Josh Taylor vs Regis Prograis undercard. Now, one of the things that I said in that video is that how this fight will go will be entirely dependent on Joseph Parker, as in his fighting style and his mindset in this fight. Because we have seen Joseph Parker before allow himself to get bullied, and he didn't quite know how to handle it until the fight was nearly over, which was of course against Dillian Whyte. And listen, I like Derek Chisora as much as anyone, but he is a dirty fighter. And he will try and bully Joseph Parker, okay? He will get in close and he will punch him in the balls. He'll use his elbow, he'll go in with his head. This is what Derek Chisora does. He does it with every single opponent that he goes past 2 or 3 rounds with, okay? This is what Derek Chisora does. And the reason that he does that, especially with the low blows, is because he knows he can get away with it once, maybe twice, before he ends up losing a point. So, but at that point, the damage is already done. So as I said before with Joseph Parker, he's already allowed himself to get bullied, where he went into like a shell and didn't know what to do about it with Dillian Whyte. With Derek Chisora does it all the time, as I've just said. For those of you who will have seen the interviews that I have with Dillian Whyte on this channel, that every time we talk about Derek Chisora, that's one of the things that he says, that for days after his fight, his nuts are swollen because he keeps on getting banged in the balls by Derek Chisora. And Derek Chisora does this all the time. So for Joseph Parker, how this fight goes, as I said back then, is entirely dependent on his mindset. Will he allow Derek Chisora to bully him? If he does, there's only going to be one victor, okay? And that's going to be Derek Chisora. He's going to maul him. But Joseph Parker, especially before he became WBO World Heavyweight Champion when he defeated Andy Ruiz Jr. back in New Zealand a couple of years back there, prior to that, he was an aggressive fighter and would do the odd dirty trick in that himself, okay? He's got very, very good foot speed, very, very fast, and at times heavy hands. But when he became champion, he seemed to have just become a boxer and almost forgot how to fight, if that makes sense, because there is a difference between boxing and fighting. Whereas we've always known that Joseph Parker can do both, just that as champion he didn't really do it. But after the Dillian Whyte performance, of course, he went back to New Zealand and he fought Alexander Flores, and he was the aggressor. He was the one fighting dirty. For those of you who've seen that fight, Joseph Parker was pinging him in the nuts on quite a few occasions in that one, okay? So we know that he's got it, and a lot of people have been saying that they want to see Joseph Parker get more aggressive, get more angry in that ring, because that's when you see the best of Joseph Parker. And for Joseph Parker to beat Derek Chisora, that's exactly what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to fight fire with fire, or just frustrate the hell out of Derek Chisora, because we have seen Derek Chisora quit before, most notably against Tyson Fury. We've seen him just not even bothering at times because he's getting frustrated with like Ajit Kabiel, and at times with Kubrat Pulev and maybe Helenius, you could probably argue with as well. So Derek Chisora, he's going to come forward in this fight. He's going to be in great condition. No idea about who his trainer is right now. Maybe it has been announced, I haven't seen it. But he's going to come in there head first, okay? He's going to come in pretty good condition, and he's going to come in there head first. And every time he gets into a clinch with Joseph Parker or gets even close, it's going to go for the body shot, and the odd one is going to go a little bit lower than the belt line, all right? Anyway, these words have been heard, shall we say. Not necessarily from me, direct to the ears of his trainer, Kevin Barry, but Kevin Barry seems to be fully aware of how Derek Chisora fights. And in fact, he's brought in sparring partners to get Joseph Parker used to having to fend off dirty fighters. And this is what Kevin Barry had to say. I've actually got some very good sparring guys. I won't name them. Guys who, one in particular, who is mimicking Chisora very well. Everything from leading with his head, using his elbows and his forearms and low blows, and choking Joe with his arm, pushing Joe's head down. All the fouls that we know Derek Chisora has a part of in his skill set. My biggest concern about the whole fight is the officials. I'm hoping that we've signed with Eddie Hearn. I'm not worried about the judges because they're going to be independent, but I'm worried about the referee. It's very, very important that we get a referee who can control a physical fight of this magnitude and can give us an even playing field. I think we've earned that from the British Boxing Board of Control. So that is Kevin Barry's statement, the trainer of Joseph Parker. So, yes, that's exactly what Joseph Parker needs. Okay, he needs sparring partners who's going to go in there and put it on him. Go in with a head, use the elbow, use every dirty trick in the book. Okay, because Joseph Parker, he's going to have to learn how to handle this and not melt. Okay, because that's pretty much what happened. If you guys watch from round 3 all the way up to what, round 10, maybe 11 with Dillian Whyte. Once Dillian Whyte started to get close and started throwing him around like a rag doll and almost pushing him over the top rope in that at times, and Joseph Parker didn't know how to handle it. It's like his whole game plan just wasn't working and he had no backup B plan. So he allowed himself to get bullied, which is unusual for someone from New Zealand with Samoan descent, right? Because these guys know how to fight, they really do. But now with Derek Chisora, he's going to have to prepare for a dirty fight. Derek Chisora is a decent boxer, but over the last couple of years, he's more the come forward, bull in the china shop and throw haymakers and just throw punches, and wherever they land is wherever they land. Joseph Parker is going to have to be ready for a war of his life in this fight, which is why I said in the beginning, this fight will be entirely dependent on Joseph Parker's fighting ability and mindset in this fight. Because let's be honest, with Derek Chisora, he is a gatekeeper. As I said before, I'm a massive fan of Derek Chisora, but he is gatekeeper level. And if Joseph Parker wants to get back into the big time by fighting the likes of a Dillian Whyte again, or a Tyson Fury, or a rematch with Joshua, etc., then he needs to get past the likes of Derek Chisora. But Derek Chisora ain't just going to lie down for him. He really ain't. So anyway, I'll put the article in the description box for you guys. You go have a read for it for yourself. Come to your own thoughts, your own conclusions, all that good stuff. Drop them below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.